In this video, we are going to see about lookup function in Excel. Lookup function in Excel allows user to search for a specific data within a dataset and return corresponding information from another column or a row. Usually, they are essential in data analysis for referencing, extracting meaningful insight from large or complex datasets. For that purpose, lookup function is used. Lookup function are great for an efficient data retrieval. Efficient data retrieval is crucial for productivity, especially when you are dealing with large spreadsheet or automating reporting workflows. For example, imagine you have a sales data or a sales table with thousands of rows and columns, and you need to find the total sales for a specific product or region. Without lookup function, you need to manually search through each rows and columns to find out the data which is needed. So here I have given an example and we'll work out. First, there are three many types of lookup functions are there: VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, XLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is vertical lookup where the data will be referenced through vertically. HLOOKUP is horizontal lookup. I'll show you with an example. Here we have a table of employee ID, employee name, department, salary, and joining date. As I said, VLOOKUP is vertical searching. Here, example, I have used only 10 datas. With 10 datas, we'll find out the value. You can search this lookup even for thousands of datas in one particular sheet. So give us equal to V lookup. So when you give V lookup, gives the meaning lookup for a value in the leftmost column of a table and returns the value in the same row from the column which you need to find out. So I'm giving open bracket. It is as per lookup value. For example, suppose Neha Reddy. I need to find out the Neha Reddy's details. I can give the lookup values employee ID, comma, table array. Table vector and array are there. When you talk about vector, you can choose only single column. When you talk about table array, we can choose the whole column. So now I'm going to choose the whole table, comma. This is the first column. The lookup value where you have mentioned that will be taken as a first column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 columns in the table. Suppose I need to know Neha Reddy's department. This is 1, 2, 3. So I can give comma 3. Comma you have an range lookup. So we have two options are there, true and false. When I choose true, it is an approximate match. That is the value in the first column of the table array must be sorted in ascending order. Exact match means when you sort in an ascending order, you will get, otherwise you will get an approximate match. So I didn't sort, so I'll give us true. Enter. So automatically here Neha Reddy's department is finance, it is displayed automatically. Suppose we can use another, I'll delete this one. I have another options to do it. Here what I'm going to do, if I choose a employee ID, automatically I need to display department here means here I'll choose data validation. So for this you go for data. You have an option here in data menu as data validation. Click the data validation. Here you have the validation pop-up window. In this validation criteria, here any value I'm going to give as list. The sources, here I'm going to choose all the employee ID, give OK. So here I get a drop down list. If I click here, all the employee code numbers, ID numbers are displayed. Now in this, here I'll enter the heading as employee ID. Here I'll write this the department. Now here I'm going to give the lookup function. We lookup open bracket. I'm going to choose here. So which ID I'm choosing, their respective department to be displayed in the cell where I am using the formula. I'm using here as employee ID, comma, the table of array is this one, comma, employee ID is in column number 1, department is 1, 2, 3. It is in column number 3. So column index number is 3, comma, I'm going to true for give true for approximate match. If you give false, it will give you the exact match. True. Enter. Here I didn't choose any employee ID. That is why it is shows here. So now I'm going to choose an employee ID as 3. So for 3 it is finance. I'll show you this one. Now you can see finance. Suppose I'm choosing employee ID as 8. So the 8 Deepak Singh, it is marketing. It is displayed as marketing. Suppose I need to know the name and the department, means again I'm going to give another one column as name. And here what I'm going to do, again I'm going to use VLOOKUP. I'm going to choose employee ID, comma, the whole array, comma. So this is column is 1, 2. I need a name, so I'm going to give column index as 2. I'm going to give as true for approximate match. Enter. So now Deepak Singh. I'll choose an array of 106. You can see here 106 is Manoj Verma IT department. So this is the vertical lookup function. Same way we'll see horizontal lookup function. Horizontal lookup function, I have taken this example. So product ID is given, product name is given, brand, unit price, quality sold, and total sales. For horizontal lookup, same way as we lookup, give equal to H lookup. So this is lookup for a value in the top row of a table or array of values and return the value in the same column from a row you specify. So H lookup, open bracket, lookup value I'll give as product ID, comma, table array I'll choose all these datas, comma. For row index, this is row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Suppose for product ID 1, I need to know the brand of that particular product, means I can give us 3, 1, 2, and 3. So the row index will be 3, comma. Same way true and false for approximate true and false for exact match. Enter. So for product 1, the brand is HP. Same way we'll use data validation as we used in VLOOKUP. Now I'll delete this one. For this cell, I'm going to use data validation. Go to data validation. In criteria, I'll choose list. For choose, I'll choose all the product ID. Then I'll give OK. So here all the product ID will be displayed. So here I'll give the heading as product ID. Here I can give brand. Even I can give product name. All these things will use HLOOKUP and we'll see. So for brand equal to HLOOKUP, I'm choosing product ID. In this cell, I'm going to choose the product ID. So I'm using this cell, comma, the whole thing as table array, comma. For brand, it is row index ID is 3, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to give true. Enter. I didn't choose product ID here. That is why I didn't get the answer here. We'll use formula for product name. Then I'll choose the product ID. Equal to HLOOKUP, open bracket, same way product ID, comma. The whole table I'm going to choose as table array, row index. So I need product name. It is 1 and 2. So the row index is 2, comma, true for approximate match. Enter. Here I need to choose product ID. I'm going to choose 2. You can see for product 2, it is Dell and the product name is mouse. So this is what H lookup. Same way we'll see a lookup function. In lookup function, this is an example here, roll number, student, department, marks, and grade. Whatever marks being scored by a particular student, we'll calculate the grade using lookup function. So here, the marks and the grade assigns are given here. So using this data, we'll calculate grade for these marks. So if it is 35 and less than 35, the grade will be assigned as E. If it is 85 and above 85, the grade will be A. So we'll calculate for these marks what are the grades being scored. So for this, I'm going to use equal to lookup open bracket. So I need to give lookup value. For this mark, I need to give grade, comma. We have a lookup vector. So as I said in previously, lookup array is the whole table or whole data you need to select. Lookup vector, a single row or column can select. So I have to select the scores here, comma, and the resultant vector. So what is the grade you need to display? That is this vector. Keep in mind when it is denoted as vector, a single row or a single column. When it is an array, you need to choose the whole data. Close the bracket. Enter. So for 88, it is 85 and above, it is A grade. So when I keep the cursor here and click and drag down, the formula will be copied from the first A cell to remaining cells. But I didn't get the answer when I copied the formula. I can keep the cursor in this cell and I can see this formula here. Correctly, the scores and grades are selected for this particular cell. Enter. Okay. When it comes to second cell, I'll choose and see whether it is selected. No, it is not selected. 35 is omitted and it comes down. So what it denotes is when I keep a cursor, when I got this black press, when I click and drag down, the formula being copied. Excel denotes if I didn't mention anything, it will take as a relative reference. So when I keep here, the lookup function is I4 to I8. Then same way J4 to J8. When it comes to the next column, it automatically will take Excel as I5 to I9, J5 to J9. As I click and drag, it will take us like this. So this is said to be relative reference. But I don't want like that. I need exactly these two columns. So what I need to do is in formula, here I'm going to give dollar, that is called absolute reference. Absolute reference means these values which is highlighted, that values alone I need to take. I must not refer to any other cell. That is what absolute reference. So I have given dollar to denote an absolute reference. I give dollar here, that is before J and after J. It denotes that J is a column, 8 is a row. So I'm going to choose only these cells I need to have. So that is why I'm giving dollar. So it is called absolute reference. Enter. Now I'll keep the cursor in the cell. When it gets plus, I'll click and drag down. Now you can see the values are displayed. So all the grades are calculated. This is what lookup function. For example, you can change any value and see the grade will change here. For example, instead of 85, I'm going to give 45. It changed to D. Yes, 45 is D. Even you give 50, it is same. Why? Because till 65, it is D. For example, you give 66, so it changes as C. For 85, I'll give 90. It will be the same grade because above 85, it is A grade. For 76, it is B. For 76, if I give 37, it will change as A. So the lookup value been calculated for the particular marks and it has been assigned grades are being calculated.